Good evening, Iphuans. I am Lady Alexis, and this is my Manor Sous-sol. I am an Iphuan, and I come from the ancient town of Ithoro, of which I am going to tell you the story of my people. Tonight, I'm going to tell you the story of one of the most terrifying creatures that plagued our town, the Typhontarus. There was much to fear in Ithoro. However, nothing compared to the most horrifying creature that lurked in its cold, dark shadows. For centuries, Typhontarus terrorized the people. They were large, furry beasts that could transform themselves into seemingly normal Iphuans. Due to their frightening form and often violent nature, those accused of Typhontarism were promptly hunted down. This caused many Typhontarus to go into hiding, usually outside the city wall or deep within the catacombs. Most do not know this, but there were two types of Typhontarus, the naturals and the unnaturals. Naturals were the original Typhontarus of Ithoro. They were acclimated to the harsh cold and thin air of the mountains. They were said to have control over their terrible power and could even speak in their beastly form. Many scholars speculated they were the first inhabitants of Ithoro. The unnaturals, however, were artificially created by alchemists centuries ago in order to battle the warlocks during the Necro Wars. The alchemists discovered too late that these abominations were bloodthirsty and uncontrollable. Over time, the difference between the two types became ambiguous. Due to ignorance, both types of Typhontarus were equally feared and hunted. Many frightening tales of the Typhontarus can be traced back to the survivors of the Necro Wars. However, the accuracy of these stories is not fully known because much of the information about the Necro Wars has been lost to the ages. Most legends of the Typhontarus had evolved into cautionary tales for children. One of the ones I remember from my childhood is, if you didn't eat your boiled beets, a Typhontarus would snatch you up while you slept and fly you over the wall, never to be seen again. Mothers often said the forests outside Ithoro were filled with the ghosts of bad children, and you could hear their haunting screams at night. There was another centuries-old tale that said an old castle used to stand in the center of town thousands of years ago. It was once the home of a great war mage who ruled over Ithoro. However, the alchemists overthrew the mage and established a monarchy. The castle stood for hundreds of years afterwards during the alchemists' reign. During the Necro Wars, the castle took heavy damage. It was conquered by the Necromancers in 925 KH, known history. The monarchy was abolished, ending the Necro Wars. Eventually, the Necromancers were persecuted and a new socialist-style government was formed. The castle became the new government headquarters, but large portions of the castle were never restored and remained closed. It was said that one day, a government official brought his young son to work. The little Iphuan ventured into a part of the castle that was forbidden. Unholy howling and screaming soon pierced the walls, but the boy was never found. Only his crushed toy remained, along with fresh claw marks scraped into the old mossy stones. At this time, many thought the Typhontarus were extinct. They couldn't have been more wrong. It was after this report that an organization known as the Necromancy Investigation Corps, or NIC, expanded their duties to include eradicating the beasts. Reports of Typhontarus sightings escalated as Iphuan soon turned on each other, but most reports later turned out to be false due to disputing neighbors. To escape persecution, a secret Typhontarus society was formed to help those with Typhontarism control their power and teach them to hide among the citizens of Ithoro. So, you may never know who might be a Typhontarus. That's why, little Iphuans, you must always obey your parents and eat your boiled beets. I enjoyed your company. I hope you like the story of the Typhontarus. Feel free to come visit me anytime at Manor Sous-sol. I would love to share more stories with you of the history of Ithoro. And remember, Iphuans, always eat your peas.